We heard from Jason Oppenheim this week. He talked to Yahoo Finance. I didn't know people still talk to Yahoo Finance.
Of course they do.
The star of Netflix selling Sunset and the founder of the Oppenheim Group, he does. He says commission suits will be Armageddon for real estate. Okay, so these potential changes to the commission structure could result in an exodus of real estate agents, according to Jason Oppenheim. To be specific about real estate agents, quoting Oppenheim, we've got federal regulators and a couple of lawsuits coming down the pipeline that at worst case could be an Armageddon for real estate agents. So that's the worst case. So Yahoo's quoting him on the worst case. This interview aired on January 28th. So recent. We've talked about this lawsuit a whole bunch of times, class action lawsuit. They're going to go to trial in October.
It's amazing.
You're going to probably hear about it a lot between now and then.
Well, hopefully, but it's amazing the amount of real estate agents that still don't know about the lawsuit.
That's insane to me that there are still agents, because we've been talking about it, I feel like, for 2 years.
No idea.
You might see regulators, Oppenheim says, uncouple the commission structure where the seller is now essentially paying for the buyers and agents' commission. So he's saying, okay, it sounds like to me when he says it that way, that he's like, oh yeah, I agree with the class action suit that, the seller is basically paying for these two commissions. I don't know if he's like saying he agrees that they are like almost being strong armed into it unknowingly. In 2019, two home sellers filed a lawsuit. If you're not up on this, I'd be surprised, but we'll just recap. 2019, two home sellers filed a lawsuit against the National Association of Realtors, alleging that some of NAR's regulations violate Sherman Antitrust Act. The lawsuit, Sitzer versus the National Association of Realtors, alleges NAR's rule that listing brokers must offer buyer brokers a commission to list a property inflates costs for sellers and therefore anti-competitive. If NAR loses the case, this is from Inman, buyer agents could see themselves removed from the equation entirely, and the number of real estate agents across the country could drop dramatically. According to Oppenheim, you could see hundreds of thousands of real estate agents leaving the profession. Okay. Nicole, if Oppenheim's right with his comments to Yahoo Finance about an exodus of real estate agents that will take place if this class action lawsuit around the buyer commission in October, when it goes to trial, if this goes through and they win, do you believe the exodus happens? Okay. And two, what do you believe that'll do to the real estate industry as we know it today?
Do I think that there will be an exodus? Yes. I think it's inevitable that, again, especially if think about how many agents are strictly buyer's agents as opposed to listing agents. So of course there will be some that go, especially the ones that aren't skilled enough to actually show value to a home buyer. And if they don't feel comfortable enough to let them know what they're offering them in exchange for some sort of payment. Well, and of course the whole entire industry changes. I mean, you're eliminating pretty much a whole end of a transaction.
Oppenheim's solution is to basically get rid of dual agency. Okay, so he thinks the problem is we remove the buyer's commission. You'll see the listing agent representing 90% of transactions. It's called dual agency. He doesn't believe that's a healthy environment. You'd never go to court and grab the say you're the defendant. You say, hey, let me just grab the prosecutor's attorney and we'll share the attorney here. That doesn't happen, right? So, he thinks that a better solution to this would be basically getting rid of dual agency. I will say this: if Oppenheim is right about this Armageddon for real estate, if this October lawsuit goes the other way, NAR loses. Yeah, NAR is done. NAR's finised. If they lose this lawsuit, the association,
all those $1 million payrolls definitely go away.
Oh, not only do they go away, but the association as a whole